Right.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our workshop. We're already on our 10th workshop, and we have 2 of them left. And we will finish our onboarding part with the same guys we started, Chris Chernyakov and Vlad Arbatov.
Big honor.
So
Big honor.
guys will continue to share with us their knowledge on development of Telegram mini apps. You already know everyone, and if you don't, watch our first workshops in the recording. So let's get started.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. So first of all, thank you so much for coming back. It's an honor to be back. Today we're going to share a couple of more interesting things with you. So today we're going to start off with local development with Vlad. He's going to show you how to use Ngrok.
Thanks for spoilers, man. Thanks for spoilers. I love your introductions.
It is fine. It is fine. So he's going to do that. And then once we're done with that, we'll also go over personalizing the user experience through downloading the photo, because usually to download the photo, you need to have your app in the attachment menu. And to get that there, you need huge sum of money. So we're going to show you how to kind of bypass that and still personalize the experience for your users. Right, let's get started. Vlad, do you want to start then?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone, and also thanks for coming back or just joining for the first time. So I'm going to show you and tell you about the little trick that is that's kind of old and not unique to Telegram development, but it's really essential for Telegram development. Let me show the screen. One sec. The entire screen. All right. Let me know when my screen is up.
It is up.
Fantastic. So, as you all know, or I guess might know, when we are developing for Telegram, when we are developing Telegram mini applications, there comes a lot of context from the Telegram itself. So some interface elements, some user-specific interface preferences, etc., they are being pulled from the Telegram itself. So let me quickly remind you what does that mean. So I have a little application up here. You may have seen this earlier. This is the application that we use to collect basically collect applications for our waitlist for our analytics service. So by the way, this is the React application, nothing more, and I'm running Vite here for the local server. Yeah, so we started the application, and let's see how it looks. Well, not really. Well, it kind of works, right? But something's missing. So there should be an SVG image that is colored according to user preferences, or basically the theme that user have chosen, the dark theme or the light theme. There should be a button to do anything, right, to progress through this application, but there are not. And the reason there's not, because the button and some of the interface it comes from the Telegram. So Telegram basically tells our application that the user is on the light theme, and that we can show the button because it's inside the Telegram. So how this well, basically when you develop a front end for Telegram, you want to be sure that everything is working. you don't want to come as a surprise, right? When you publish the application and you find out that there's no username here, the button is not working, etc. Right? So you have you would want to have a way to develop locally and debug locally without pushing your front end to your infrastructure deployment every time you want to see how it works or debug anything, right? So I'm using here is an example, the simple bot that I have for this purpose. And well, what can we do? Like we need to, according to TMA development practices, we need to set up an URL that opens inside the window of TMA in the Telegram, right? So the easiest way would seem, or I mean, the most dumbest way I came with is just like trying to set a local host. Well, a local host to be shown inside this application, right? Because we start the server, we start the development server on localhost. So yeah, so we go to bot settings and menu button and edit menu button URL. And since the local host is not a valid URL according to Telegram, try to set up the 0000 and then the port numbers we have for the development server using HTTPS, of course, because HTTP is also not a valid URL according to Telegram, right?
Yes, sir.
So, sorry?
I said yes, sir. It is not valid.
Thanks. So yeah, so Telegram actually agrees to this URL, like all zeros and the port number. So let's, yes, we are running the application on this port number and it's being shown here. So let's start the application. And what it shows, of course, it shows like really nothing. And the reason for that is obvious. The localhost by default doesn't work with HTTPS. And you have to have the thing work, you either have to go a tedious way of sending local SSL and breaking like all the rules and it's like doing all the things, or what you can actually do is use a thing that is called Ngrok, and it's been well known in the development community for some time now. This for like 5 years, I think. But this comes very, very handy here. So if you're using a React application, what you want to do is, well, you want to simply npm I Ngrok, right? So I've done it already, so it's not going to take a lot of time. Yeah, so then you basically want to go on the Ngrok website and simply authorize. So you sign up for a free account. You don't need a paid account for this. For the testing purposes inside the Telegram, you just sign up for a free account and then you choose your system. And for my system, I'm using macOS. You have to do two things. You want to install it with brew, or if you have any other systems, you'll have to do it with the other package manager, and then you just run the authentication command. Don't worry, I'm going to change the authentication command after the workshop, so it's not going to be exposed. So basically, yeah. So what you do is you do this two commands, and then inside your application in the package JSON, you want to, in the script section, you want to add the Ngrok part, and it consists just of 3 components: Ngrok, HTTP, and the port that you are using. Next.js is using port 3000, Vita is using port 5173. So make sure to point the right port here, and then you just save, and that's basically it. So now we run the dev server. Let's see what it has for us. Nothing changed really, right? And that's because it's not inside the Telegram. What we do now is we do npm run ngrok as we set up in the package you saw, and it quickly does what we want. So basically, we have this forwarding part, right? So our localhost is now this link. Let's open it and see what it shows for us. When working with Ngrok, it's always going to display you this this warning page. So please make sure to only use it for testing purposes, not for the production application. Yeah, so we got pretty much the same picture. Also because it's not on the Telegram environment, but it now has an URL on the internet that is not localhost. And let's test it out. Let's copy this URL, go into Telegram, to Botfather, and change menu button URL to the URL that we just got from Ngrok. Success. Wow. Let's go back to our bot. It usually takes couple of moments for Telegram to change the URL inside itself. So let's see if it changed the URL. Yes, it did. So the page that we've seen, and now visit site. All right, now it works, right? So now we see the fancy SVG image that is dependent on the user theme. As you can see, I'm using the light theme, so the background is light for me as well. Now I has the working button that is provided by the Telegram. So just for the to see the difference, right? So this does not account for any color settings. For me, it doesn't have my name. It doesn't have an SVG and the button, right? Everything is coming from the Telegram. Now we can see it, and it runs, and it shows that we have here on our local host in the local development environment, which is really neat. So join, and it works, and the back button is working. Everything is fine. So also one thing. Every time you run you initiate the Ngrok, it assigns you a new random URL, which might not be very very handy, not very convenient, right? But also what you can do, and what Ngrok is offering us, is to assign a free static domain. So you can assign a free static domain and get rid of typing in or inputting the link into the Telegram bot file settings every time you basically start and stop your local server when you're developing. Again, Ngrok is not a new tool. It's been here for some time, but as you can see, it's I would say it's pretty much essential if you are developing for Telegram. If you're making the Telegram mini app, Telegram web application, that should be your thing. I mean, there might be other things that you might want to consider, also like setting your local SSL, etc. But this just this just takes 2.5 minutes to set up, and it's invaluable.
Perfect.
Back to you guys.
Wow, thank you so much. That was very informative. Okay, we're going to answer a couple of questions from the chat before we move on. or ask for your comments, Vlad. Okay, so first question: Ngrok and this kind of stuff are very slow. That's the first comment.
Yes, Ngrok is very slow, and as I said, you should only use it for the test environment. To see if your buttons are in place, to see if your interface customizations are in place. You would never, well, you would probably, but you shouldn't ever use this tool for production. And yes, it is very slow. You can go up in your plan in Ngrok and buy a subscription or whatever to make it faster, but I don't think it's necessary for the purpose that we're discussing today.
No, I completely agree. And then we have
There
one
is
more
also a question. Yeah.
Yeah, there is one more question. Is it possible to add account from the test environment in web version of Telegram clients KOA to be much easier to debug the web app in web version? Vlad, you work with
Is it
front
possible
end.
to add account from to test environments?
And
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what this question about.
Theoretically, okay. I'll explain how I understand the question. So I
Okay.
think the question goes: Is it would be possible to test Telegram mini app within the web environment using Telegram client, like web client, because it would be easier to test than through the app? And then the answer is kind of yes, because the only thing you need to do is just pass on the init data, right? Like if you pass on the init data, then it should theoretically allow you to open the web version the way it would look like from Telegram, right? Theoretically, yeah.
I would assume yes.
Yeah.
But
Like if you remember with Notcoin, they did not allow the team did not allow to open the Telegram mini app from the laptop, but it's all about just passing on the init data. So if you change the init data to, for example, MacBook or like any other platform, you would be able to open the app.
That's also the way. I don't know if it's all the easiest because personally, I prefer to stick to the tools that I stick to. So I'm not, for example, I'm not using the Telegram web version. So for me, it's just easier to set up the Ngrok once and not think about anything else.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is the easier way to go, actually. The way you describe it.
There is one more question.
Yes. So what about scrolling? Telegram has issue with scrolling on mobile. When you want to scroll up, it will close the web app. That's a good question. So first of all, you really want to enable the closing confirmation. You can look at the examples of Eva app, of the Pixels app, and most of the bigger apps on within Telegram, with Telegram mini apps, etc. You can look through them, and they all ask to confirm if you want to close the app. It's a good retention function that you can use essentially, because then it prevents the users from closing your web app accidentally, and also if they did not want to close the app, or if they change their mind about closing the app. I think it's just a good way to keep the retention high. So look into it.
I can say here one point, because we already had this question. If you go to our main group in Telegram to general topic, you can see that answer is pinned, and you can see how to solve it. So yeah, the snippet with answer.
For real? That's even better. You see, you guys are helping a lot. But yes, give me a second. I'll also refer to this part of documentation. And give me a second. We can look at this part of documentation and we'll go through everything together with you. Can you allow me to share the screen, Vladimir?
I think you should have all permission.
Because it doesn't
Isn't
show
it?
that it doesn't show that I share the screen, even though I do. Okay.
Okay.
Let me.
One
I'll
moment.
reshare. Yeah, I'll reshare. No worries. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have a couple of great questions. So first of all, asking for confirmation is just bad trick. Yes, it is a trick, but you need to keep it in mind that Telegram mini apps, they exist within Telegram mini apps contexts and with all sliding windows and everything else. So you need to use everything that you have in your power to ensure that user does not get distracted with the other Telegram features or functionality. It's like he doesn't get distracted with pictures, with messages, with anything else. You want to keep them on your page, keep them within your app. So it's one of the many things you need to keep in mind when designing the app and designing the user experience to at least enable closing confirmations. It will save you a lot of trouble and a lot of pain down the line. Vlad, what do you think about that?
I'm sorry,
Vlad
I lost
does not.
my browser. I lost my browser tab. Oh my God.
Vlad does not think at all. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I usually don't think at all. Yes, yeah, I agree with what you just said. And in terms of this scrolling, just a quick reminder. Like sometimes we tend to forget about it. But when you do, but you may you want this application to be expanded, shown expanded, right? So I see a lot of developers that are starting the teammate, they don't use the sweep feature, and when the application, the teammate is opened inside the client interface, it's rather small, and I have to click it to expand it, which is not an ideal experience. So please don't forget to use Telegram expand function also from the. Can you find the expand function?
Yeah, I figured out when you said expand. I figured out that you wanted me to show the expand function.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you repeated it
Thanks, Chris. Yeah,
5 times.
yeah. Sometimes we do think, right? So
See?
yeah, expand is very nice thing. So use expand when you're starting up your application to just put it inside your index or app file, so it starts expanded. Yeah, so this is just much easier for users, and you basically don't show half of your application to a new user.
We have one more question. That's probably for Vladimir, and that's the last question we're going to take, and then we're going to go into the next topic that we are covering. So the question is, do we need to implement token on our for our game to take part in the Open League Hackathon? Vladimir, what do you think?
Yeah, it will be better if we ask this question at the end of workshop. But okay, let's answer now. No, it's not. Okay, it's not necessary to implement, but but I recommend to do it because the Open League Hackathon. The main reason of how to say.
Okay, I can help you. I can help you if you want to. I can help you answer the question.
Okay.
Okay, so essentially, it's not required, but you should do it because the main goal is to kind of promote the DeFi tokens and like token-related things. So you'll have just high chances to get the prize and get the attention of the judges if you do implement token, you do implement on-chain mechanics, you do implement. I think one of the requirements is to implement Ton Connect as well. So yeah, so please do that, and then
thank you,
get a
Chris.
lot of money,
And
get a lot of money, get a lot of support, get all the grants,
and
every
I
single
I
one.
can just add that you can implement this in Web 2, like Notcoin, and do not make your Jeton contract in the hackathon, but we have to look that if you have Web2 token, you have strategy to and plan to do in the next stage Web3 token, okay, like Jeton. So
Okay.
yes, this is the answer.
Wait, we're going to take authorization literally in after this section. That's a good question. We'll come back to it. Like I see that question. Okay, let's quickly go through optimization things. So essentially, one of the things that makes Telegram Web App special is the levels of personalization that you can do. So let's take a simple Telegram mini app. Look at this. What makes it special? What makes it special? What makes this screenshot special?
I think the fact that the username is so close to user pics that it makes this interface ugly.
Wow, I'm sorry, I cannot hear this hate. I cannot hear this hate. You see this bubble? I'm protected. I'm protected.
I'm sorry. My mistake. Yeah, that's perfect design. Sorry.
So yeah, oh my, see, he's always doing this. Okay, but now what makes this app really special is that it's personalized for the user, because what you really want to do is have this magic feeling of wow, like wow effect when the user opens your app. You want to use the location through, for example, IP. You want to use the name through Telegram API. You want to use the photo that they have as their profile picture, or have like a reliable fallback value for it, and it does wonders, because when the user gets this personalized experience, the conversion rates are significantly higher. That's what sets Telegram mini apps apart from the regular apps, because you can do that. You have that access to that kind of information. So that's kind of sick. So today we're going to talk about downloading the user photo and explaining how the entire thing works, because access to user photos is by default, like through Telegram web app API, is given only to apps that are launched from the attachment menu, like wallet. And to get into that attachment menu, you need to have significant budget within Telegram ads. It's millions and millions of dollars, and you probably don't have that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this workshop, right? So we're going to show you how to kind of bypass that and allow your app to download the user photo and just send to your front end. Okay, I'm going to walk through the steps, and then we'll look at the code. So essentially, it's very easy. The first step is when the user sends you the init data, you simply take in the user ID. Then through your bot API, you do the get user profile photos request, and then you just download the photo or pass the link to the photo to your front end. It's as simple as it gets, incredibly straightforward, and we're going to go into the code example in a second. Okay. So let's walk through this. We have base models for the photo itself. We expect Telegram usually returns an array of photo objects with their unique IDs and the parameters. You need to grab at least one photo object from the array that is returned, and then just save it to locally or wherever you're more comfortable with, to allow mini app to personalize the user experience. So the pipeline is very straightforward. You simply request the Telegram API with get user profile photos and pass on the ID of the user. This time around, we changed the code to avoid using any libraries like Telephone, so you can use this code for any development environment that can do requests to Telegram APIs. So you get the photo, and then you get the file using the photo ID, which is passed over here. So this is super straightforward. After you get the file, you can theoretically download it directly to the browser, so you don't need to worry about saving it anywhere locally. It will be more expensive to download the more people come to your app because the number of API requests to Telegram is limited per bot, I think, to a couple thousand per hour. So please keep that in mind. So if you don't want to download things too often, please save them locally. I guess this is an obvious thing. So the pipeline is very straightforward. You pass on, as I described, user ID. You pass on the function requesting the profile photos, and just simply download all the photos with get file request. This is a very easy way to essentially create this personalization. So if you look at this example, if you look at this example, you can see that we're using photo, name, and I think that's the language of the device to personalize. So to wrap this section up and go to the questions, this method.
You are
Go on.
showing speaker notes.
My bad. This one. Awesome. Thank you so much. I owe you one. So essentially, this app uses name, language, and profile photo for deeper personalization. And based on our A/B testing, it showed a 25, I think, percent increase in retention and users coming back to an app. So it's very important. We compared an app with this personalization, with the name, with the language, with the profile photo, and without. And the results were honestly astonishing. So please keep that in mind. Please use it for your own benefit. I think you'll see the results yourself as well. Okay, so we're done with this section, and now we can answer a couple of questions that we have additionally in the chat. So first of all, how can I implement authorization in Telegram mini app for incoming Web 2 users? I want to implement two choices for authorization, either through Tone Connect or through Telegram. That's a good question. I'll take the first part and kind of the second, and then we'll see if Vlad wants to add it. One of the main benefits of Telegram mini apps is that authorization comes naturally. It's already kind of baked in. So as long as you verify the validity of the hash within any data that Telegram passes on, the user is essentially logged in. So you don't need to do anything else. And essentially, the pipeline I would stick to is the new user gets in, you check if the user exists within your user database. If they don't exist, then you add that user and do whatever you need to do. If they don't have the wallet connected, just allow them to connect the wallet and just connect those things. And yeah, it should be very straightforward. Vlad, am I missing anything?
No.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Vlad. And then, what SDK is preferable to use? I have found two, TBA Dev SDK and TMA.js. It's a good question. I talked to the founder, the guy who was responsible for TMA Dev SDK. Essentially, the idea is that you can use either. It doesn't really matter, but as long as you don't use them at the same time, because they request the same things from Telegram browser, or like in a browser, so they have conflicts. So just stick to one, and you'll be good, right? And as for the backend, you just request either request Telegram API directly or through any of the available libraries, be that Python Telegram library or Telephone or Iogram, I think. Yeah. So there's that, and I think that's it. Vlad, do you have anything to add, or are you going?
No, I actually don't have anything to add.
It
But
doesn't.
you know what? Better late than never. I thought for once, and
Okay,
actually
that's
remembered.
awesome.
I remembered the reason why I suggest using Ngrok and why we are using Ngrok. Back to the previous theme. Well, the thing is, this is not only for your station local development. This is to share across your team members and stakeholders as well. This is quite important because you see, if I use the web interface, etc., I see it locally, and then I send a link to the bot to Chris. He opens it and
oh yeah, I'll be
says,
very frustrated.
Said what the F? Where is the button? Where is the username? Etc.
That's what I usually say.
So yeah, that's what he usually says, even if the button is there.
Actually,
So this is it's important to share, like locally, like in a shared development environment. And this would be achieved. This would be achieved harder. Could be achieved harder with using alternative methods. So that's why I prefer to use Ngrok, and I totally forgot about it. And this would be a valid answer to the web application question.
okay, so that's it. Then I don't have any other questions. So let's wrap it up with a general overview of the things that we talked about, just for the summary sake. So Vlad today took his time and explained Ngrok, why it's important, how you can use it for the local development of Telegram bots. That was pretty sick. Please go rewatch it because it will save you a lot of time. And I went over the personalization and profile photos and the pipeline of Telegram mini app, bot request, bot response. So hopefully you found it useful. Hopefully you like these topics. Tomorrow we're going to have one more workshop about analytics, and that is going to be sick because we have a lot to share, a lot of cool observations, and hopefully you'll stick around tomorrow because once again it's going to be very useful, at least because that's our focus, and we spent a lot of time and effort bringing this knowledge together, so hopefully that's going to be awesome and useful.
Awesome. Huge thanks to you guys for the workshop. And yeah, I'll just add that at the end of our workshop series, I'll collect all your unanswered questions from all of our videos, and then that you left in the comments, and we will answer of all of them. So yes.
So also ask all the questions. We'll collect them. We'll answer. We might even do the write up with the text answers and code things, but only for the good questions. If don't ask bad questions, ask good questions only. Because otherwise, Vlad is going to be very upset with your questions, and we don't want to.
I'm not going to. And by the way, huge thanks to Chris, because it's like when it all started, it was 6:30 a.m. his time, so he kind of warming up for the day with this.
I mean, it's workshop. 7:10, and we have a team meeting, dev meeting in 20 minutes, so I'm all warmed up.
There's actually there's quick question in the chat. Sorry, is telemetry as traction metrics right now? Just curious.
Define traction metrics, like new users, conversion rate, funnel. Yeah, we do have that. We also have Web3 things. you gotta like come for tomorrow's workshop. We are going to go through all of that, and it's going to be like a rockstar concert. So you'll love that. So please stay tuned for tomorrow.
So you made all the best to overhype this. Thanks.
Yes, because Vlad is going to be sharing tomorrow, so hype it up. And if something works not the way we expect it to work, you know the guy to blame. You know.
Thanks.
Okay, cool, guys. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.